What's up guys, welcome back to the channel, and today I'm going to be giving you guys my top 5 picks for my favorite movies of 2020 so far. I'm not going to be doing an in-depth review of each film, but I will explain what I liked about each movie and why I put it at each ranking. So at number 5, let's start off with The Way Back. Now The Way Back is completely different than what the trailers make it out to be. The trailers make this film out to be the pretty generic story where you have a person that's down on their luck and they have to coach a basketball team, a football team of a ragtag group of people, and when they come together, they make the best out of each other. And although those type of inspirational movies can be good, we've seen them to death, and The Way Back does it a lot differently. The film actually centers more around Ben Affleck's character and him dealing with alcoholism after the death of his son, and it only gets worse after he leaves his wife and their separation, and I love watching that story happen from beginning to end. This is one of Ben Affleck's best performances that I've seen from him in years, and if you haven't seen The Way Back yet, I highly recommend seeing that film. So at number 4, I'm going to be talking about The Lodge. The Lodge is a really good psychological thriller, and if you haven't seen it, I highly recommend it. Some might say it's a bit of a slow burn, some might say that it just takes too long to get to the point, but I really enjoyed it. I like slow burns, I like psychological thrillers that constantly make you ask, what's really happening here? Is she crazy? Are the kids setting her up? What's really happening at this lodge? Are they just all going through cabin fever? There's so many different questions that are being answered, and I think the film director did an incredible job keeping up the tension and keeping the audience asking those questions from beginning to end. I had so much fun with The Lodge, and that's why it was my number 4 pick. At number 3, I'm going to choose Justice League Dark Apokolips War. This film is absolutely incredible. It gives you everything that you want. You get to see Darkseid against the Justice League. You get to see the Paradooms. I'm not going to explain what that is because if you haven't seen the film, I really want you to see it. This DC film is my favorite animated movie, second only to The Flashpoint Paradox. The Flashpoint Paradox is my favorite DC animated movie of all time, and I feel like this film, Justice League Dark Apokolips War, is a great ending to this arc that started with the Flashpoint Paradox. There's so many things that happen throughout this film that you just don't see coming. I didn't see any of the trailers. So many of our heroes get murdered. So many crazy shit happens in this story, and it felt real. It felt like something that would happen if you went up against Darkseid and these Paradooms. We're so used to seeing comic book movies where the heroes always win at the end, and that might or might not happen in Justice League Dark Apokolips War, but whenever a film puts you in that state of mind where you don't know if the heroes are going to win or not, that is where I think that's the mark of a good film, and that's why Justice League Dark Apokolips War is my number 3 pick. So at number 2, I am going to go with my favorite psychological thriller of the year so far, The Invisible Man. The Invisible Man is such a good movie. The film was written and directed by Leigh Whannell, who you might know, who does a lot of writing with James Wan, the first Saw movie, and a bunch of other movies in the Insidious world. I loved The Invisible Man. Without showing you anything, you instantly can understand everything that Elizabeth Mott's character was going through in terms of abuse and psychological abuse, physical abuse. You get everything that she's been through just by a couple scenes. She does an incredible job emoting her feelings, being scared to go outside, being scared to do anything that might piss off this guy. They do such a great job. A lesser film would have shown the person committing these acts of physical violence, committing these acts of mental violence against her, mental abuse. But the film doesn't have to do that. Just her acting, her fear tells you everything that you need to know about what happened in this relationship. And just because she wants to leave, this guy finds this way, this insane way of using this optical suit to become invisible, to ruin her entire life. And I thought this film was incredible. Great cinematography, great score, The camera is a character on its own. This film is an incredible film, and there was no doubt in my mind that this was going to be number 2 on my top 5 list of 2020 so far. My number 1, my favorite movie of 2020 so far is Underwater. This film came out in January. It stars Kristen Stewart, and I had absolute zero expectations for this movie. I saw the trailer and I didn't know what to think about it. And for fuck's sake, it was coming out in January. It was the last film from 20th Century Fox. I had no idea what I was getting into when I started this film, and I absolutely loved it. This is by far my favorite movie of 2020 so far. This film does an incredible job from the opening sequence. It doesn't waste any time. As soon as the film starts, you are instantly into the shit. There's some camera movements, there's some character moments, character arcs that feel a lot like Alien, but is very, very original. It actually feels like an homage. Like, this director saw Alien and he was deeply inspired by everything that film accomplished and wanted to do that underwater. And again, this film is absolutely incredible. What it does with tension from the beginning to end. You are literally on the edge of your seat from the moment this film starts all the way until the end. The creature reveals, the way they reveal each creature from the beginning of the movie to the middle of the movie to the big reveal at the end. This film does a really good job of showing you what life could be like 7 miles deep. Not only do you have to worry about the pressure of being 7 miles deep killing you, but you also have to worry about these creatures that are out there. There is a scene where Kristen Stewart's character has to walk from one drilling facility to the other. Nothing really happens, but it is one of the biggest tension-filled moments I've seen this year because it's so dark. And if anything happens to your suit, if it becomes depressurized at any moment, you can implode. Someone implodes in this movie. And it is so well done. The VFX were so well done. And instantly, you understand the implications of losing your suit and it becoming depressurized. This film does such a good job, again, with tension. The acting is really good. Kristen Stewart's amazing. I thought this movie was an absolute blast. If you haven't seen it, check it out. For those of you that have seen it, let me know what you guys thought in the comments. Let me know what you guys thought about my top 5 favorite movies of 2020 so far. I had a blast watching all of these movies. I had a blast making this video. Let me know what you guys think. Hit that like button. Make sure you subscribe to this channel for more videos like this one. And I will see you guys on the next one.